Okay, next up is SSS or SSS-Class Suicide Hunter. It is a webcomic, officially 23 chapters in the English licensed version. There is more fan translations of this, all the way up to chapter 33 as of this recording. It is licensed by Tapas in English, and the first 3 chapters are free. The rest is behind a paywall. So, but you can find it other places on the internet if you search for SSS Suicide Hunter. Here is the webcomic description. It says, in the mysterious RPG dungeon-like tower, Confucius Kim lives a mundane existence, envying all the star hunters. One day, his wish for more is granted with the legendary skill to copy others' abilities, at the cost of his life. Before he can make sense of it, he is killed by the number 1 hunter, the Flame Emperor. But this activates a skill, and now he's copied a new one, the ability to travel back in time upon death. How Confucius use these skills to outplay the competition and rise to the top. It's actually a really good description of like the fundamental premise of the story. Gets into his main powers immediately. His core power being he gets a copy of a skill of somebody who kills him, which seems like a one-off. Because he picks a skill from the first person who kills him, where he gets to travel back in time after he's killed, it kind of also adds in this regressor time travel aspect to it, where he has future knowledge and he can like prevent his own death, or he can use that foreknowledge to plan ahead, to plan out how to fight a monster, or to get stronger before he goes and fights it, or to kind of outwit his opponents. And there's some really like interesting aspect to this. The main kind of story world is set in the modern world, where there are hunters, people who essentially climb into the tower to fight monsters, get levels, that kind of stuff. And so there's this whole world revolving around, the people who are empowered by the system to go and fight into the tower and to level up, all the hope of saving mankind from an end of the world kind of apocalypse that's supposed to eventually happen. And so there's interesting stuff. I think the part I like the most about the story is the kind of the smart, intelligent element of like, the main character being able to die, seeing his failure, but at the same time seeing his intelligence in planning things and working super hard to overcome those odds, because he starts out super weak and eventually powers up as he levels and finally figures out the way to do things. And I really just enjoyed that intelligent kind of planning aspect and kind of getting the bad guys together, comeuppance, even though he might have to die a dozen times to finally do it. And it's a really interesting mechanic that you haven't seen in a lot of places. I've seen a few of the places, but not a lot. And it's done really well. I'm going to actually show you some of the artwork here in the story. Part of it. Let's see if I can expand this a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. We'll just leave it there. So you can see the artwork that's coming through. Really clear, clean lines, good shading, good text, emotions come through. So the artwork really does pan out as far as things coming through. And you can see kind of the beginning portion of that storyline of him having a dream to become, a hunter or somebody with, the RPG powers and a set and a way to become more powerful in this world. And just getting this rare skill, but he has to die to activate it. So it seems pretty useless at the beginning. And of course, useless things become useful in the correct circumstances. And that's part of the story of him turning that poor aspect into an opportunity to grow powerful. So there you go. For me, it gets a score of 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy the story, enjoy the artwork, and it's one of my favorite weekly reads when it does come out. And so for me, it's a score of 8 out of 10. That's a SSS-Class Suicide Hunter with a score of 8 out of 10.